We have our first guest on the first episode of season 6. Welcome to the show, Mr. Ruben Jaccpot Jackson.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Of course, we always do things like this and everything. So, Ruben, the comment section is open for those that are watching as well. So, those of you that are watching, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If you have any
Be a
questions,
friend to a friend.
yes. If you got any questions for Ruben as well, head over to, well, try Facebook out first. I know Twitter's not working, but head over to YouTube primarily to leave a comment. If you got any questions for Ruben, if you got any questions for us, let us know. We're gonna have questions for him as well after we roll the intro. But yeah, so Ruben, you got anything before we get started?
Nah, man. I'm just happy to be on, man. Like I said, the journey has been a long journey for me. So just to be on here and tell my story to the folks
Yes,
and let
sir.
them know, what's going on. That's really what it is with me.
Yes, sir. Awesome. That's perfect. I'm looking forward to hearing it. Ace, you got anything before we roll it?
Nah, I want to hear this story too.
Awesome. Awesome.
I
And we
got my
got
popcorn ready.
know it. And we got a new intro. So folks, kick back, relax. It's gonna be a fun one tonight. Let's go.
Yeah, man. So, man, the journey, man.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is GP. This is the Bug.
This is JC.
This is Flash. This is Jimi Hendrix.
And you're listening to.
And you are listening to.
And you're listening to.
And you're listening to the Run and Gun Podcast.
All
right.
Awesome. So right away, let's get right into it. So Ruben, tell us about yourself and about your journey and everything.
Yeah, man. So everybody know me. My name Ruben Jaccpot Jackson. That's what they've been calling me since high school. So it kind of came along, going to college. But back in college, I didn't have a successful high school career. I've been fell down a lot. And I want to put some of the blame on me, not taking it seriously at the time, still being a child and, trying to develop that maturity level, and not having a father figure. So it played a big role. But, like I said, I can't blame nobody but myself at the end of the day. But once I got the opportunity to go to Mississippi State my 12th grade year, Coach Steve Spear had granted me a walk-on opportunity to go there. So, I took it. So now I went there, I want to say, that fall of 2020 during the pandemic. And so I didn't play right away. Like I said, I was a walk-on, so I was just waiting on my time. And so when I eventually had got the shot to play, the NCAA compliance, they had told me that I was a non-qualifier coming out of high school. So I had to reroute myself and do the JUCO route because basically I think I missed a core class, so I didn't graduate with all my core classes. So I had 3 options, and the 3 options they had gave me was, you can stay at Mississippi State as a regular student, or you could try to play football somewhere else, like at a D2 or any D1 school that's going to accept you, or you can just you can do I forgot what else they told me, but it was another option they told me to do. So I prayed about it, and man, I had just prayed. I want to say that's probably was one of the lowest times in my life, because I felt like football was going to be taken away from me. So, by me just sitting there praying and asking God, lead me to the right school. I don't care what school it is. At the end of the day, I feel like in my heart I can make it from anywhere because that's just who I am. So, God told me, JUCO. So I did the JUCO route, and so I had went out to California that December of 2021. Going into I want to say, it was January in 2020. I mean 2022. I went out there to California, and so when I did that, Everything was going smooth, man. I want to say I don't have no regrets going out there at all. Everything was going smooth, and California, the JUCO system is different from the East Coast, so there wasn't no scholarships. So basically, everything I was doing was out of pocket. So I'm paying for room and board. I'm paying for my tuition for classes and food. Ubering every day to class because I don't have no transportation out there. Ain't no family out there for me. So I actually went out there by myself. So when I did that, I think it just took a toll on me, and I was just like, man, like I'm doing everything I can. I'm doing everything right. I'm working a job while playing football. I was working at UPS at the time, so leaving practice and then going to UPS, and I didn't get off of work probably till like 12 o'clock at night. So it was just a lot going on. And so I prayed about that. And I'm like, it's God. Is this the route you wanted me to take? Like, did I choose the right school or, the right state to play football in? Like, let me know. So I want to say probably like a month later, I tried to stick it out and it just crumbled. So I was like, you know what? It's time for me to go back home. So and by my mom being the only parent in the house, she did all she could. So I kudos to my mom, but I know having that big priority on your back, and you got your child all the way across another state is hard. So I understood it, and so I had made a business decision and came back home of October. I don't know, it was August 2022, and so when I made that move, that's when I made a statement that it was something going on in my mental, because by me going through all that, I knew something was going on with me because I wasn't really performing at the best level that I was, how I usually was. And so when that was going on, I just started getting help. Like I said, with my mental, just going to church more, praying more, reading my Bible more, spending time with the family, getting myself back right with football. And so when I did that, I went to Georgia Military College of this year, 2023. I went there, and so I was there in January. I moved in, everything was cool, and so I'm like, this is my last shot, so I got to give it all I have. So when I did that, everything was going smooth, passing classes, money flowing in, everything was good. But at the end of the day, I still wasn't on scholarship there. I was still a walk-on there. So when I did that, it just hit me again with the financial situation. And so when that hit me, I was just like dang, bro, like I can't do nothing, man. Like, it's always something that's involving money. So I told the coaches and stuff like that, and they was trying to help, but they couldn't really help. So when I told them, I was just like, man, to me, me personally, I feel like that was the end of my career. I'm like, football is probably not meant for me. It's probably meant for, my cousins that's coming behind me. So I was just finna leave football alone, man. And when I came back home, I was finna just give me a regular job. I was still gonna be in school, but I was just not finna play football. So my dad had ended up calling me, and he told me, he was like, son, he was like, don't give up on your dream. And those words, when he told me that, I was just like I don't play, like I'm not playing football for no school. So you know what I'm saying, like what can I do? I can't sit here and tell the coach that I'm at a school and there's no football team. And so he was like, man, believe in yourself. He like, believe in yourself. And he said, man, God can do the impossible for you. He like, you just got to believe in yourself and believe in God. So I was like, man, I was just trying to brush it off. I'm like, man, like I'm not trying to hear that right now. So probably 2 days later, I had just woke up, and it like something just felt like just came over me. So when I had got up that day, I just started working out again. And so I'm like, you know what, man, I can do this. Like, I can do this. I know I'm not at a school that has a football team, but I can still do this. So, like I said, I'm enrolled at Miami-Dade College. So by me being enrolled at Miami-Dade College, they still consider me as a JUCO recruit. So when I was doing that and going to the camps, I went to FAMU camp, and then I balled out. Everybody was looking, and they were just like what the, like who the heck, like what the heck? And so the coaches came up to me and they was like come here, big dog. And I was like, you talking about me? And they were like, yeah. So I went over there, and they were like, what school you go to? And I was like, I'm not in school, coach. I said, I'm in school, but I said the school I go to they don't have a football team. I said, I go to Miami-Dade College. and he was like, "Oh nah," he said, "We finna talk to Coach Carter, and we gonna get everything situated." And from that point on, it was just like it just took off for me again, and then it's like I can do this. I know it's not the typical journey that you got to be on a football team, you got to have the stats, the highlights, the huddle, and all this type of stuff. I know it's not the typical thing that I'm doing, but I'm still making it. You know what I'm saying? So I was still doing it. I went to Miami camp because the coaches had invited me down there, balled out there, and so I told Coach Cristobal my journey and what everything was going on, and he accepted it. He was just like, man, I never heard anything like that. You playing at a school, they don't have a football team, but to see your drive to still, conquer everything that's going on and you still working out, they're like, man, we can't, it's nothing that we can't say about you. Like you that's the best thing I ever seen. And so when I heard that from him, man, it's just like, okay, like we got action now. So
yeah,
from this point on, man, that's just all it is. And after that, University of Florida had hit me up. So it's just so many schools at my chair right now, man, on this journey. And like I said, I know it's not the perfect journey, but hey, that's what it is. So that's really my story. So that's what it is.
dude, that is honestly the perfect journey, man. That no matter how you get there, we all have a road to get
Testament to commitment.
Yeah.
there. Yeah, like
That's a true testament to commitment right there, man.
like most. I'll be honest with you, most kids would have given up in that
Yeah.
position. Would have just been like, you know what, let me just get my degree, find something I'm good at, find myself, and then just go with it. Because I can honestly say, like, look, after my ACL tear, I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I told Stetson too, I'm like, I'm not doing it no more. But the fact that you kept driving and kept going and everything like that takes a lot of heart, dude. I got respect for you, man. Seriously, I have a lot of respect for you because, like I said, man, everyone's got a path. I have a path. Ace has his path, and God has put you in this position, and He put more on us than we can bear.
Yes, sir.
Facts, dude. That's amazing, and the fact that Coach Antonio Carter, who's the new wide receiver coach, by the way, going into his first season at FAMU, reached out to you like that and took you under his wing and everything, dude. That's huge. And then I also saw too. Correct me if I'm wrong. You have a visit to Alabama planned.
Yeah. July 25th. They got a football camp up there, so
nice.
I'm going out there. I talked to them, and they want me to come out there. So yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Nice, dude. That's fantastic. That is fantastic.
That's amazing.
Hey, yeah. Look, hey, for the 3 people that are watching and the others that are watching on the other avenues, if y'all got questions for Ruben, definitely slide them in because this.
I forgot to link on Twitter. Not bad. I'm gonna go do that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and just drop in my first question. So I know you said like next season is when you will transition to.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I just wanted to know, like, where are you at in the recruiting process currently?
So right now,
yeah.
You saying like my eligibility status and stuff?
Well, I should say, okay, let me word it differently. let me pick a different question because.
Okay.
Yeah, let me pick a simpler question. I should say, like, who do you style your game after most? Because, like, I was watching some of your like workout videos.
Bro, stole my question, man. Wow.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I was gonna say.
I want to hear this question. I want to hear this answer.
No, but no, man, I want to say Marvin Harrison, man. Marvin Harrison Jr. He younger than me. I'm 21, so seeing him doing what he's doing at 20 years old, I feel like there's no difference. You know what I'm saying? So the stuff he's doing, and he's the one that actually, like I say, I don't really give a lot of credit to the dudes that I look up to, but I give my credit to him a lot. Looking at him, and I know we don't have the same type of journey, but I know he's still been through some stuff. It don't matter if your dad was an NFL player or not. So I feel like the stuff that he's doing, you know what I'm saying, and I look at myself and I'm like, I might not be as big as him. He like 6'3" or 6'4". I'm only 6 foot. So seeing what he doing, I'm like, that's who I look like. That's what I idolize my game as. My route running and all, catching the ball, catching radius, and having true confidence in myself. And Stephon Diggs is another one to me. So those are the ones I really idolize my game after.
Nice. Also, Ashton, what's up? Yeah, thanks for the welcome back, man. We appreciate it. We are back.
All right, Ruben, I gotta ask this. So, out of all the things in a wide receiver does, like speed, route running, separation, contest catch, right? Like, which one did you focus on the most, and then you think is like your best attribute?
I want to say my speed, route running. I don't want to say my hands because I feel like that's my hands are already there. So I say my speed and my route running. My route running, man. I used to be the guy that used to just run routes like fast, like it didn't. I stopping on the dime fast and stuff like that until my coach had told me. He was like, man, if you control your speed, he was like, man, you would be dangerous. So at the time, I didn't know what that mean. And so now, like I said, watching Marvin Harrison and Stephon Diggs and all them type of dudes, when I see them, they fast, but they controlling their speed. Devontae Adams too. So looking at them, I'm like, man, okay, let me practice it. So the more I was practicing it, I just got the hang of it. So I want to say, yeah, my speed and my route running, but my speed has increased. I want to say from last year. So I think I ran. I don't know what I ran at the Miami camp, but my sub is a 4.38, and when I had run it at the Miami camp, I don't know what I ran, but it caught everybody's eyes. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I did something real good.
Nice. Because and also I'm gonna be honest with you too. You got a lot of FAMU circles talking about, like this kid ran a 4.2. So
Yeah.
I was like, and I found out before I came on it. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, dude, you need to get him in the building, like now.
Yeah.
But also too, I was gonna ask as well, to like usually some wide receivers have preferences, some don't. Some will tell you like, look, I'll play wherever.
Yeah.
Do you feel more comfortable lined up on the outside, or do you feel more comfortable lined up in the slot, or like
anyway? I want to say slot.
Okay.
But outside, like I said, I'm good at both. But I like slot. I feel like slot is more of you got to do more as a receiver at being a slot guy. So I feel like with my IQ and the things I can bring to the table, I feel like me being a slot guy is real effective. Getting through deep linebackers and safeties, splitting the pylon and stuff like that. So I feel like doing that type of stuff that it plays a real big role. But outside, I feel like I'm still more effective with my speed, running a deep ball and doing combats and stuff like that. So it's kind of the same thing.
Okay. Nice.
All right, so you went to Miami and FAMU's camp so far, right? You got Florida, Alabama coming up. What was the play you think that you made? Because like every time you're watching the camp, there's always that one guy makes that play, and everybody's like, "Oh damn! Like, who this guy come up here?" Was like, what do you think was what you think out of all the plays you probably made at FAMU? Which was the one you probably think was like the one that caught the most attention?
Yeah. I want to say when I did an out route, that was my last route of the day. Like after I did that out route, because Coach Sims, he was the one that really gave me that route. He was like, man, like I was doing good, so he called me up. He was like, come here. So I went up to him. He was like, give me an out route, but it's an option. He said you can either go in or you can go out. So I was like, all right, coach. So when I did it, and when I gave the man like hezzy at the top, and I just broke him out, and I went out, and after I did that, and I just touched, I had the ball in my hand, I had touched my hand on the grass, and when I touched my hand on the grass, I blew it up in the air, and so when I did that, that's when the coach was like, man, come here, now we got to talk to you, like come here, and that was the route.
Nice. Yes.
That's nice.
Oh my goodness. All right. So for me, I know the next one is this. I know I'm probably reaching and everything, but
you good.
This is what everybody's got nowadays. What is your top 5 looking like as far as certain schools?
Well, I want to say my first school. It's funny, man, but FAMU, man. That's my first school, and everybody might look at me like, "What the heck?" But FAMU is my top first school. Miami is my second school. My third school is I want to say US South. My fourth school, Alabama, and then my fifth school is UCF.
Okay.
Hey, we gotta meet up if you come USF though. I'm gonna hook you up on USF campus. We'll meet up.
All right.
I go there. But anyway, somebody went in on Twitter and he's like, "You look 15." And I tell him like, "Nah, man, this dude 21. He's a baller."
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
Twitter and like the comments of the video, they ain't
yeah,
believe me when I said you was 21. I was like,
yeah,
"Hey, do the baller. I can't change nothing about that."
yeah, man. Yeah, I'm 21, man.
Nice. Yeah, honestly, dude, the one thing I will say above all is, regardless of where you go, secure the degree. Go
Yeah,
where you feel is definitely the most comfortable situation for you.
yeah,
That's if there, because I know for a fact, I know like a lot of FAMU folks want me to say, definitely go to FAMU, which is nice, which is
yeah,
nice. I'm gonna be the one to tell you too. You
yeah,
can't go wrong. Go to FAMU. You'll have a chance to play for a swag title, get the recognition,
yeah,
win games. But at the end of the day, me being a former high school athlete as well, and remembering
yeah,
like I had friends that went through all that stuff on signing day, and then within their recruiting process,
yeah,
I always say, and this is why I think older folk look down on me when I say it. I'm like, dude, look, these are high school kids, these are JUCO kids.
yeah.
You're making a decision that's going to dictate the rest of their lives.
Like, yeah,
So, like, definitely do what is best for you and your family first and foremost. But
sure.
you can't go wrong with FAMU. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah,
I'll say it
man.
like that.
Yeah, man. I love fam, man. I don't think people really understand when I be saying, like, when I talk about fam, because it's just like fam, like, man, like you got Miami, or you got Alabama on your bill, or you got USO. And when I tell people, it's not about the big stage for me. It's about me touching people's lives. At this point in my life, when I was young, oh yeah, I want to go to Georgia or Alabama or schools like that. But I
Yeah.
feel like as I matured, I feel like I can make it from anywhere. And like I say, I feel like me going to film would be a real big deal because kids would be like, dang, like this man went through all this, but he chose FAMU. And I feel like I'm the one that could change the program for FAMU. So that's why FAMU is my top school.
Hey, Mel, I gotta say this, just lost Xavier Smith to the NFL, need a guy to come in and catch some balls real good,
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
So,
man. Yeah,
and the
man.
fact that Antonio Carter saw something in you, like a former Alabama guy, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I wonder if I think he played for Gene Stallings. I don't know. I'm not trying to age him. I can't remember like exactly what year he played at Alabama, but the prestige of being an Alabama wide receiver and the fact that he did that, like that says a lot that,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
saw you and reached out to you. Willie Simmons, being a former quarterback,
yeah.
that says a lot. That says a ton. So with that being said, well, Ace, did you ask a question? I'm sorry.
Nah, I think we could. I don't want to pester him too much,
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess we can I was like, we can transition into the NFL with this next one, and then like I can ask it still. So for the next question, it's
Who are your top 5 wide receivers in the NFL?
I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say who's you a fan of.
Oh yeah, let's start with that first. What team you're a fan of first? Let's
Oh
talk
man,
that first.
Buffalo Bills, man.
Okay.
But I've been a Buffalo Bills fan since Little League football, man. Because I played for the Bills in Little League.
Okay.
So ever since then, that has been my team ever since.
Okay. That's interesting. And because you're from South Florida though.
Yeah. I like the Dolphins.
Okay.
I like the Dolphins. That's my grandma team. I like them. I like their style of play, and they throw the ball a lot. So I like the Dolphins, but like my main team is the Buffalo Bills, and they in the same division. But the Buffalo Bills, that's my number 1 team.
Okay. I was about to say, because I was going to be
Just
like
like me for real. He born in the area, but he ain't take the team. He took the division rival team.
Honestly, look, if anything, you're like this guy right here because he's from Tampa, but he's a fan of a division rival. But it's because they weren't winning. The Bucks weren't winning when he was a kid. Like
they weren't on TV.
Yeah, like when I was a kid, the Bucks were winning. So that's how I became a fan. But the Bucks weren't. The Saints were winning and running things when he was a kid. So I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that's awesome. So with that, we can go ahead and jump into the NFL. Well, actually, ask that other one, Ace. Ask that other one.
Hey, what's your top 5? I gotta add, what's your top 5 wide receivers in the NFL looking like? You already mentioned Diggs, so I want to know. He's got to be in it, right?
Yeah, I want to say Diggs my first though, man. Devontae Adams, that's my first, man. That man, bro. I don't even know what to say about him, man. He different. Devontae Adams, Diggs, my third receiver, Tyreek Hill, my fourth receiver. I want to say Jahan Dotson. My fifth receiver. And I'll probably say, ooh, it's hard. I give it to Odell.
He kept Jefferson and Chase off that list, boy.
Oh yeah. It's
He
so
kept
many
it
good.
different.
It's so many good
He
receivers.
kept it different. I
Man.
gotta give him that.
Yeah.
There
It's so
is.
many good receivers.
The league has more wide receivers right now than it has in like years, I feel like.
Yeah.
And a lot of that came out. You had two All Pros come out of the same
Dawson
team.
a sleeper though.
Oh, he's gonna have a beast year this year. Him and Howell, I feel like they're gonna cook together.
Yeah.
Facts. Also, too, speaking of the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins, I'm looking at this thing with Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook got released.
Yeah.
Where would you say is his best landing spot?
I'll say the Dolphins. He's
Read my mind.
He's from Miami. He's from here, so him being back home, and like I worked out with Dalvin actually before, and this is when he was in Minnesota though. So it's been a minute since I talked to him, but I think he's gonna come back home. He loved it down here, so I feel like he's gonna come back home.
Makes sense, honestly. That's what I've been thinking myself. Honestly, I was like, Dalvin Cook's got to come back home.
Yeah,
he's got to.
For sure.
Nice.
I'm gonna add on top of that because Dalvin has said he wanted to do kind of like a package deal with D-Hop, and I know Tyreek just he got some allegations on him, which I find kind of BS on him, but whatever. Anyway, so he's got allegation dealing with. So like Miami can never use enough wide receivers, but especially with Buffalo in that division, you got Sauce and another team in that division too. So bringing them both on down to Miami, or do they both go up to Buffalo and team up with James Cook and with Dalvin and Diggs?
I like D Hop for us. I'm gonna keep it real. I think D Hop would be very useful, very reliable for us. I like D Hop for the Bills for real.
He did recently say too. He promises the next group of wide receivers that he pairs up with, they're gonna get like his best effort.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. And I feel like Diggs, the thing that's been going on with Diggs, I feel like the reason why he's been, not going to the mandatory meetings and the workouts and stuff is because of it's just the backfire that we just been getting in the playoffs. We've been there 3 years and it's like we've been losing every time. So I feel like it'd take a lot of load off him if we bring somebody in that's reliable just like him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I see the vision.
That's facts. All right, I'm gonna start off the next talking point here in the NFL, and then I'm gonna pull off for a quick second because I got to go get my charger because my laptop is about to die. But for both of y'all, Travis Kelce responded to Jamar Chase about Mahomes and Burrow. I don't know if y'all heard about that.
Yeah,
it was basically Jamar Chase, standing up for his quarterback, saying, Burrow's that guy, and then Kelce responding saying, you need to sit down and realize who is the guy. So, I'm gonna just ask y'all's take on that. I'm gonna pull off real quick. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna go first here with you, Ruben. I'm gonna say Burrow would have a ring right now if he didn't have a teammate named Eli Apple. And Burrow done 3-1 on Mahomes, so I mean,
you're right. I feel as though, like you say, I feel like that is true. Burrow, I haven't seen nobody like Burrow, man. He's that dude, and I don't really give him that much credit because I don't really watch him play. But the stuff I have seen him do, he get a lot of credit from me. So kudos to Burrow, man. But I feel like the Jamar Chase thing is just I don't know, especially about them losing to the Chiefs in the playoffs. It's like it's a rivalry team with the Chiefs and with the Bengals now. So that's just what it really is.
Yeah, it's kind of like this. I don't want to go exactly into saying it's like a modern day Brady Manning thing, but
Yeah,
it kind of feels like the NFL is gonna have Pat be this next Brady, but
yeah, yeah,
Burrow is kind of he has like not a game. He's a better version of what Manning should have been early on in his career.
yeah.
Without the interceptions, it's just he doesn't got that protection with him. Because Burrow, when he gets in that zone with protection, he's surgical. But
Mm-hmm,
then you're looking at Pat. Pat could just make this stuff happen and just win when he got to win. So
mm-hmm.
you're like Burrow's on the up hand on the total record of 3-1, but then you're like, well,
Yeah,
you want Burrow can't get disrespected either because people say like they want to put Allen at number 2, but you're like Burrow done beat Allen too, so it's not
yeah.
like Burrow's played his way to being the second best quarterback in the league.
Most
Wait, but who's
definitely.
putting Allen at number 2?
People, I'll leave it like that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. But like I know
Hey,
I know.
hey, man, it's all respect, but I know Josh Allen can bring a lot to the table, man. I feel like he haven't reached that peak yet. He's still young,
Yeah.
but I feel that if this year if he do something big this year, which they saying that he keeps saying that he's been focused more than ever, so I feel like if he perform to the highest level, bro, Allen
Mm,
can be something serious for real.
that's very true. That is very true. I've got a comment here. I don't know if y'all already shared it. Burrow would have a ring if he had nothing.
No, we did not. That just came out.
Hey, I mean,
His O line wasn't hurt, man. Like that, but our O line had a lot of injuries this last year. I think 3 starters
Yeah,
were hurt. Jonah Hill was playing hurt. The center was hurt. Uh, Ryan Jensen, I think, was hurt, right?
right,
And
right.
yeah,
one of
he
the
was hurt.
and Whale Collins, he was hurt too.
Sheesh. Hmm. I got a question for Ruben.
And Kansas City went and upgraded that D line too. So you're like,
Yeah.
I got a question for Ruben. So of all the DBs in the NFL, if you could go against one, who would it be?
Shoot. I want to say Xavier Howard. Um, I feel like Xavier Howard. I feel like he a sleeper still. I don't think people give him that much credit.
Yeah,
To me, I feel like he's a sleeper because it's always about like Jalen Ramsey's and the who else we got out here, the Patrick Petersons and stuff like that. So, but I feel I feel like Xavier Howard give me crazy work. I feel like he's real like patient, and by him being real patient, that's dangerous for a DB, especially for a receiver. So, man, I give it to him.
all right, I'm gonna flip that and say, if there was one wide receiver you would want to play with, who would it be?
Ooh. Dang. Um, Dang, man. I'll probably say Tank Dell. I say Tank Dell.
That's a good route runner right there too.
Yeah,
that
I
is.
say Tank Dell.
I would feel bad for corners if you got to play
Yeah,
both of them right next to each other.
yeah. I say Tank Dell.
'Cause I was gonna say, I don't know. In my mind, I was thinking too. I was like, "Where's the Keenan Allen love?" Because he's one of the best route runners.
He's another one, and I told people about that before because I used to brag about him a lot, and I feel like he's a big sleeper for real. I feel that because he's not like as flashy as like Stephon Diggs or Justin Jefferson and all them. He just like a dude that just suit up, put his gloves on. He don't try to look flashy. He just go out there and ball out. So I feel like that's probably why it's not the same thing as like a Stephon Diggs because he's not that flashy with it. But he's a real good route runner, real good route runner.
All right. Here we go. Got a comment. Wait.
He asking you about what is your thoughts on Jamar Chase?
I love Jamar Chase, man. I love. I've been watching Jamar Chase since college, man. So I love everything about Jamar Chase. He played with confidence. He got that swag to him. So I love Jamar Chase, man. He catch the ball real good, especially deep balls. So I love Jamar Chase, man.
All right. I'm gonna make this a more generalized question for you since like what team, who do you think would win the Super Bowl, but who would win like each conference? So like who do you got in your Super Bowl this year coming up?
I want to say, ooh, that's a hard answer, boy. Cause it's like the NFL, man. It's like I want to give it to us. I'll say the Bills. But I think we gonna go through something for real, because it's so many teams that done got good in the AFC. Like you got Aaron Rodgers at the not the Jaguars, the Jets now.
Yeah.
So it just, man, it just been so it's a lot going on in the AFC. The NFC, I want to say the Eagles would be better.
Yeah.
And NFC is so garbage. Holy crap! Like outside the Eagles, man.
Yeah. The AFC got all the dogs.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And the best part was, I don't want to cut you off, JP. But like the best part about it is the AFC was so loaded in quarterbacks, and they went out and in the first 4 picks, 2 teams in the AFC took quarterbacks, and then the 3 of the 4 teams got new quarterbacks in this draft recently. And last 2 years ago, they had the number 1 pick in Trevor Lawrence entering that same division.
Yeah.
Well, you only got Bryce Young going into the NFC this year.
Oh, here we go. I didn't hear Devontae.
Will, you missed the man. Man had a whole sermon on Devontae Adams. Will,
yeah, man, I love
you
Devontae
missed that.
I think that was like
Yeah, Devontae won.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was like the top guy on his list.
Yeah.
Now with Jimmy Garoppolo,
We ain't know that.
I was gonna say,
I think they should have got Aaron Rodgers though. I'm gonna keep it real.
I was gonna, hey, you're talking to a Raiders fan here with Will right here, so I'm sure. Actually, no, I'm curious. I'm curious to hear Will's response to that. If they should have got Aaron Rodgers over Jimmy G.
Now you good, Will.
You're good, man. You're good. But yeah, Will.
It's been a minute since we had Will on. Will, and
let us know, because I'm curious, Will, because even Ruben was saying it too. Raiders should have got Aaron Rodgers. So honestly, I do feel the same way. Like, you have a proven winner, but I feel like if you look at it, they got like this whole like New England thing going on with McDaniels and Garoppolo, and then Brady's got like partial ownership of the team and stuff. So,
I just feel like people have been trying to copy the Patriots way for like years, and it's just never worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like you go and you see the Patriots go give Devontae Parker a 3-year, $33 million deal today, right? And you're like, what has Devontae like done to deserve that? You know what I mean? Like they went out and they paid Juju this year. They got Keyshawn Boot, who's kind of a flyer. But then you already have Devontae. Oh wait, here we go. Enough of me, my prattle on the Patriots. Would have loved to have A-Rod, but not sure if we'd be Super Bowl faves if we traded. I wouldn't say that. I know it's a tougher division because you already have Herbert, Mahomes in there. Russell Wilson, nobody really cares about right now. He's kind of, whatever on him at this point. But like, if you had Rodgers in with the Raiders, that team, it has a good defensive line with Max Crosby, and you took Tyree Walker this year.
Yeah.
So like now you have a bad front four coming in. You have a good running back in Josh Jacobs. You got the wide receivers in Renfro and Adams. No, you didn't have a squad to roll with. You probably would have kept Waller if you traded for Rodgers. Even then, you still took Michael Mayer in this draft. That would have been a squad to roll with. And that would probably get you, at minimum, a wildcard spot.
Yup.
Because Rodgers and Adams together, they didn't even have much in Green Bay, and they still won the NFC.
That's what I'm saying. Bro, they dangerous. Devontae Adams dangerous. Like, he just, I don't know, man.
Like, you don't find quarterback wide receivers who have that chemistry where you get the wide receiver and turn around. Yeah, but he threw that ball back shoulder, and he knows where to get it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I feel like it's the confidence level that Devontae Adams play with.
Yes.
That's the Jets right now anyway, Will.
Yeah, honestly, that is the Jets.
I'm pretty sure the Jets going to be the latter half of that statement too.
Mhm.
It's Hurts and a bunch of garbage. Ashton. Right now, it's Hurts and trash.
Yeah. Well, Brock Purdy, but we're gonna see.
Brock Purdy, he got to come back from the UCL injury,
Yeah.
which is not exactly an easy
Brock
challenge
Purdy
to
a
do.
dog.
He is. Honestly, I hope he comes back the same after that injury. He is a dog.
I was feeling like a little rough on him. I knew he was a dog, but I was mad that he took Offensive Rookie of the Year nomination away from Chris Olave. Because
Yeah.
he came in second half of the season and he did that. And like, really? Olave had the same numbers as Garrett Wilson with 2 less games, and you're like, like Jets D better than the Raiders D, but okay, if you look at it, the Raiders have the better pass rush, but the Jets have the better secondary. And
Yeah.
even then, you had Casey Hayward in that secondary, so now you had a bunch of scrubs. Your coaching cost you a lot of games in that.
Yeah.
So, what are you gonna do about that?
And with that, folks, I guess we can roll on over to the HBCU aspect of the show. So, as we all know, FAMU actually had their players recently clock all their 40 times. I don't know if you saw that. Honestly, I think if Ruben had been there, he probably would have had the fastest time. Him and Javon Morgan, I think they both would have had the fastest times.
Hey, if this man running sub 4.38s, I mean,
look, he can return punt
probably would have
on any team I'm watching. You definitely can, man. We're also 60 days away from the MEAC SWAC Challenge in week 0 of the college football season. As well as, too, also, Ruben, I know you saw the new shoes that FAMU came out with, the new cleats. I wanted to ask you, I want to get your thoughts on that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when I went up there last week, the dude, the recruiting assistant was telling me, and he was like, man, you just don't know what's gonna happen. He was like, man, we finna get all new gear and stuff like that. So he told me that before they had dropped the cleats on, on Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. So when I seen it, because I had never seen it, he just told me. Mm-hmm. But he told me like next year, if I go there, I'll be in that uniform next year. So when they say this year, I'm like, dang, like, okay, bro, them cleats so hard, bro.
What?
Is that why you have them number 1 right now? Ruben, that why you... Oh,
he dropped off. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
The internet probably dropped on him. We'll get him back. I was gonna say, is that why he got FAMU at number 1 on his ranks right now in his sites?
Yeah, I think he'll be back.
He'll be back.
He uses the link, but yeah, no, he's not lying though. Like that, them cleats.
I'm confused. Anyway.
Me too.
Moving on. All right, whatever. Yes, what were we on?
But we were talking
about these cleats.
Yeah, the cleats, dude. Oh, here we go. Connection drop. Oh, he said his connection drops. He's gonna log back in.
Yeah. All right. To the cleats. What was it? I forgot. We'll be going on through. All right, so FAMU 40 times clocked. We know that. I wonder if the cleats are gonna give him super speed.
If the cleats are gonna give him super speed?
Anybody.
All right, there you go.
Oh, you're good, man. You're good. No worries. You're all good.
Yeah. But like I was saying, man, them cleats, man, them cleats sweet, man.
Yeah,
is that why you had that why you got FAMU number 1 on your ranks?
Yeah, most dope. Hey, I feel that if I do go to FAMU, I think I can get LeBron to come out there and watch them boys play in the SWAC championship.
I like the confidence.
Yeah.
The confidence. I really do.
They need that slot receiver. I like it. They need that slot.
That's what you want in a wide receiver and in a skill player right there. That's exactly what you want. But yeah, so you said uniforms though too. So for the folks that are watching right now, so like I have heard some things about like a new uniform mentioned,
Yeah,
but I was like I wasn't sure when exactly or if that was actually gonna happen because the uniforms they got now are hard.
yeah,
But like so a new uniform you said.
yeah. New uniforms. I don't know when. Like I said, I think they're gonna drop next year. I don't know if they're gonna drop this year because they don't
Mhm.
drop these two. But
Okay.
he was that like as far as I know, I heard about the new uniforms, and they were saying like it's gonna have like the LeBron logo on the side of it and everything. So when that caught, I'm gonna keep it real. That caught my eye because I was just like, dang, like what I'm saying. Me being the type of guy I am, what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Wearing that's man, I love it for real.
Facts. And one thing
Hmm.
that I think a lot of people don't know is that like FAMU being a LeBron school, and then Ohio State being just in Ohio and the team that LeBron reps the most,
Yeah,
it would only be those two that would be LeBron branded schools.
yeah,
And
that's
That'd be
FAMU,
ironic. It would be
yeah,
exactly.
ironic if UCLA is repped by Jordan. That'd be hilarious. I don't know what UCLA is. Not USCLA, USC. I
yeah,
wonder what they're repped by because Bronny's going there, so it'd be like, yeah, FAMU, you got Ohio State both rep by um
Mhm.
LeBron, but then
mm,
you're like, I wonder who you see. I'm surprised USC hasn't got Braun on it yet.
yeah, yeah,
Give it time. Give it time. But I mean, even still, you got Dion in Colorado, but Colorado's not switching over to Under Armour, at least
yeah.
not this year that we know of. But
I think they're gonna keep the Nike.
I think so too, honestly. I think that they got themselves like an extensive contract, I think, with Nike, whereas I don't think Jackson State did.
Yeah,
So like, and Jackson State, I think, was looking to get out of it, and they were willing to just do anything and everything to try to keep him there for as long as they could.
yeah,
So it makes sense Colorado was going to do that.
yeah.
But yeah, now see
I'm gonna
you,
keep it real. I wish Dion was still in the SWAT.
there's
What if Dion was in Jackson State? You would have come to FAMU immediately.
I think I would. I'm gonna keep it real. I think I would because it'll be
Competition.
a whole lot of competition, like a lot of talk about me at FAMU and then Jackson State playing, especially at the Orange Blossom. I feel like we'll sell the Orange Blossom out.
oh yeah, definitely. The thing is, it's like that was a very big deal the last 2 years.
Oh
So I'm just like this season coming in, and then like I don't know what's gonna happen next season with it because FAMU is in the MEAC SWAC Challenge, but I'm not entirely sure what's gonna happen with the Orange Blossom Classic. So we'll
yeah,
see.
I will,
But
I
like it
will
would
say this though.
definitely been a very very big deal if he would have stayed.
I,
I know a lot of people are glad he's gone.
yeah.
Some of their fans are glad he's gone. Some aren't.
revisionist history, but we won't get into that. Mhm. What do you mean? What do you mean that glad to be gone? I can get into this, but we got a guess on, so I don't want to get into it too much. But
I
these were
know
the
you
same.
don't.
These
Oh
are the
my
same
god.
people. Not even a year ago, were on this man and said,
Yeah,
"Praise you, man, praise you." And then he goes like, "We're so glad he's gone, guys. We can't even stand him. I'm ready for him to go. I'm so happy he's." It is a funny. Anyway. My bad. So I'm pretty
I,
sure the
I,
Orange
I
Blossom
understand.
Classic has double the attendance that my Miami Hurricane games have. And Jay Fuse knows it. He's seen those Hard Rock Stadium photos when you're
Yeah,
watching the Hurricanes.
yeah,
It's the same issue USF has where when the college team plays in an NFL stadium, the kids who are on campus, they don't want to drive. Some of them don't have transportation. They can't drive over to the stadium.
Facts.
Whereas
yeah.
somebody like Florida, for example, or FAMU, where the stadium's right there.
Mhm,
I will say that as far as in your decision making, I will say that too. That is the truth as well.
yeah,
You go to FAMU, it's going to be 25,000 there with another what couple hundred, well not 100,000, but a couple thousands outside tailgating and enjoying themselves and walking
yeah,
down Perry Street. Whereas at Miami, it's like they're only going to show up if Miami and Florida are in town, or not
yeah,
Miami, Florida State and Florida are in town.
yeah.
So
I I
I
I
will.
I peep that, and that's like. I feel like that's why I was trying to let everybody know. When I say about FAMU, And when I tell them, they, and that's when it comes down to, Miami is, the bigger school, and they got the most fans, and like I tell people, I can bring the fans to your school. You know what I'm saying? I can bring the fans there. It's not about me going to a school and they got fans, because I'm my own self. You know what I'm saying? I got my own swag. People love seeing what I'm doing, so I can bring fans regardless. So I feel like me going to FAMU and bringing that big crowd and just playing for FAMU. Like, I don't think people understand how powerful FAMU really is. They think it's just like a HBCU that's just a party school, and but I don't think people really know how powerful that school really is.
Big facts.
I'm gonna say this, like, hey, how about I sit down with Allison, that paper. You have all them people in family like this when Ruben tells Allison the story.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
don't know, Allison's a reporter for the Tallahassee area.
Yeah.
He's a friend of the show.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh,
sir. Also, too, folks, just want to let y'all know as well, the FAMU preseason breakdown has already been recorded. It's been recorded about a while ago. It's been edited and everything, so it is on the way and stuff. So it's going to be breaking down, what looks like a win, what looks like a loss, players to watch, a couple questions that y'all may have that I may also have about this season as well. So I just want to put that out there that's been recorded. It's set to release sometime in August. So just keep an eye out for it. But yeah, just wanted to throw that out there too.
Speaking of things coming up soon, what are your thoughts on hockey coming to HBCUs? There's a new little thing coming. I'm kind of shocked, but I'm kind of intrigued by it. It wasn't like a headline I was expecting to see like this early on. With the growth of HBCU, I wasn't expecting hockey to be one of them. But like when I heard hockey coming in, I'm like,
yeah, bro, I want to get your thoughts. I know y'all got the Florida Panthers down there.
Yeah. I think it's good, man. Like, I feel like that's a real big deal. Because, like I say, people look at HBCUs and they feel as though like they don't have the resources and all this type of stuff like that. But like I say, by them expanding it, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like J.R. Smith going to NCAT to play golf, like that's a big deal. So I feel by them, doing hockey and stuff, that's a very big deal, man. I feel like every HBCU should have a hockey team.
Yeah, honestly, that, and I also spoke with someone earlier today. They were saying, soccer would also be good.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, soccer would catch on pretty quickly. It really would.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is,
and it's a cheap, like the financials for soccer. It's not like you need a whole lot of money for it. Like the budget for it, soccer is pretty low compared to like a hockey.
Facts.
So it's kind of surprising you haven't seen that grow first and then hockey. But I'm like, hey, I'm all for it. I don't care.
Now,
More exposure,
I will say hockey presents its own challenges because of like ice and the Zamboni and like finding people to play and stuff like that. But I mean, look, I'll say it like this. I understand the challenges, but I will say this too. Everyone here is a Floridian, and I'm sure assuming almost everyone watching is somewhat a Floridian or has been to this state before.
Yeah.
Folks questioned back 30 years ago if hockey was going to, over 30 years ago, if hockey was going to work in Florida.
Florida owns hockey right now.
Literally. Look at where
they literally do. Between the Lightning and what the Panthers did this year, Florida owns the NHL right now. And they've had a good couple of players coming into the NHL tonight from Florida. It's not like they're not producing talent either.
Dude, just the South in general.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very popular down here. In regardless of what y'all say,
Carolina Hurricanes.
The snowboard moved.
Yeah.
It's called I think it's gatekeeping is the term that they call it, where Canadians think hockey is exclusive to them, and then when teams from the South and the Sun Belt region, like how Vegas won it this year, Colorado's not exactly Southern, but it's below like a certain threshold where hockey's been mostly played, and you're seeing these teams like Tampa, Carolina, and Florida, Dallas Stars even all have success. You're like, hey, hockey has there's an interest for hockey in the South. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not like it's not thriving.
So now I need to ask. I gotta ask you this too. This is my one last question. Then I'm done for the night. So I told someone else this earlier today. I was saying like I know like it's hard for it to catch on amongst us because we know more so how to roller skate versus ice skate. So I gotta ask, have you ever ice skated before?
I did actually. I was young though. I want to say I probably was like, I can't remember when. Probably around like 14. But I have did it before. It's a big difference. I say that for real because it's like you got to keep your balance with it. But I did it before. But I like roller skating better though. Yeah.
When you like skate on ice, you have to have like strong ankles for it. That's what I learned the last time I did it. What I did it when I was small, but then when I came and grew up and you did it, you're like, oh wait, you have to have like a lot of strength in your ankles to keep yourself stable. Because instead of being like this, you have to have your ankles like this on an angle, so the weight spreads outward, and then you just push off on the edges. Instead of rollerblading or roller skating, where it's wheels that are taking you, so.
Yeah, I will say the one time I did it, it was 2 years ago. I had little kids laughing at me, man. It was bad.
Bro, when you see a little kid zooming right past you, it is it's like.
Man.
Dude, man, look, I was 24 years old at the time. I had little 8-year-olds skating past me, laughing at me and pointing at me.
See what I'm saying? And
but they're starting young now in Florida. Like these kids starting young, and they're going fast. Mm-hmm. Whereas us, like when we were kids, hockey and ice in general, like ice skating wasn't a big thing. But now you're seeing this next generation of kids, given what like the Lightning and South teams have had in success since. You're like, oh wait, these kids are actually into this and they're actually good at it now compared to us, where we were like, like we just do it for like a recreational thing. Like once in a life thing.
Mm-hmm. Facts. Well, folks, that's gonna do it for us tonight. That was everything. We hope you've enjoyed this as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. Ruben, if you can, also too, give us your Instagram
socials
and your Twitter as far as like where the people can find you at.
Oh yeah, so my Instagram and Twitter, everything the same thing. Jack Uno, so JACCUNO. So all my social media is the same platform. You're the same name.
Nice. So there it is, right there for you folks. Right there, that's where you can reach him at. Jack Uno on on Twitter and on Instagram and everything.
When did Jaccpot name originate? Like, how did it originate? That was the one thing I was supposed to ask earlier, and I forgot.
That's a question.
Yeah. So in practice in high school, I'm gonna keep it real. I used to drop the ball a lot. I was real like good at. I was real good with my speed, and my route running was there, but I would always drop the ball. So I just started like practicing catching the ball and stuff like that, off the wall and stuff like that. So when my coach started seeing me, developing the skill of, being focused on the ball, then he was like, okay, he's like, we're gonna call you Jaccpot. And so in the game, I think it was, I forgot what play it was, but I ran a fly route and we was down. And so I just ran it. I went, I said, bro, just throw the ball to me. I said, anywhere you put it at, I'm gonna try to go get it. So when he threw the ball to me, I just kept running. And by the time I knew, when I put my hands out, I caught the ball. And so when I caught the ball, everybody just came running up to me, was like, like, yay. And then they were like, Jaccpot. And so everything, that just been what it was. So after that, they just started calling me Jaccpot.
Nice. I like that. That's slick. So honestly, look, we gotta get it set to like where whoever the new voice of Bragg may be for this or for next season when they roll out with it, when Ruben catches the touchdown, you just gotta be like Jaccpot and then just strike up the 100. That's how you gotta do it. It's exactly how you gotta do it. And anyone's gotta let Tiffany Green know, like that's his nickname.
Yeah.
And let Jay Walker know as well. So yeah. Definitely, Ruben, we thank you for joining us and everything. We thank all of you for watching. Ruben, that was amazing, just hearing your story, man. Look, from me to you, I can only say don't stop. You know, keep going. If you choose FAMU, you know, we'll be rooting for you regardless. Whether if you choose them or not, I'm rooting for you. Ace is rooting for you.
Yeah.
So, you know, definitely, man. You know, we appreciate you joining us and everything, having you on. This was fantastic. You definitely are the first JUCO and first recruit that we've ever had on here.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
this was awesome, man. This was awesome. Before we get out of here, you know, Ruben, you got anything?
Yeah, I just want to tell the fans and, you know, everybody else, you know, you gotta just keep working hard, man. No job is too big. You know, if you just, you know, set your mind to it and you have God on your side, man, anything is possible. Don't let nobody tell you can't do it. You know, I'm 21 and I'm still doing it. You know, people at 21 would be in the NFL. So, you know, and you got dudes that's probably older than me in college and they still trying to get to the NFL. So, man, it's never no end, bro. You know, you can only end yourself. So, like I said, just keep working hard, man. Just put in the work, man. You can do it too, man.
Hey, man, Stetson Bennett was playing in college until he was 25. Never too late.
Yes, sir.
That's true. I tried not to laugh at that, but that is true. I watched the video earlier about that.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, Ace, you got anything before we get out of here?
Keep it up, Ruben. I hope you get all through. Best of stuff, you know. That grind, gotta keep it up. Faithful to the grind is what my Markel Fultz his motto is. Faithful to the grind. You are the epitome of that, and your testament to commitment is something to behold and a inspiration for kids out there to do. So
Yes, sir.
hopefully you find the best school for you and you ball out, man.
Yes,
That's all I
sir.
gotta say for that.
Facts.
And with that, for the people out there, be a friend, tell a friend, tell people the story of Ruben Jaccpot Jackson.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay blessed. Good night.
Good night, man.